Hi friends, so this is the fourth problem in our series. So here we need to find the value of V1. So what is V1? That we need to find if I1 equal to I2, I2 is equal to 1 ampere. So this is the beauty of network analysis. So here you can use whatever uh, method you want. So let me discuss the methods. We can simply recollect the methods what we have seen so far. So the first method is series parallel combination. This is the beauty. So let me I don't like to explain which method is suitable for that, because all methods are suitable, and we will see which method is easier. So by seeing all the methods, okay. So let me go ahead with the simplest method, KVL and KCL method. So let me see how, in which way we can get the result. So first I want to tell you the current direction. So these are the current directions. Yeah, it is dividing into two parts. After that it is going in this way, and it is also going in this way. Now I like to show you the directions. As we know the current now, I1 I2, the value is 1 ampere. So as the current is starting, touching this terminal first, this is positive and this is negative. Similarly this is positive and this is negative. Okay, but we need to proceed with one loop. Okay, so let me go ahead. So please, here I want to use Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff voltage law suggests, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, now I am trying to write it. Let me, okay, the current direction may be this side or maybe in this side also. Okay, let me go confirm, let me fix the direction in this way, so that it will be plus and minus. This is my pure assumption. Okay, this is my pure assumption. So what, how can we go ahead? The voltage, so I am starting from R4 and I am moving in this direction. Okay, starting from R4. So voltage across R4, I am touching positive here. So minus voltage across R3, again I am touching positive here. So it will be minus voltage across R5 is equal to 0. So now tell me, what is voltage across R4? Voltage across R4, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. It is I1 into 18. So what is I1? I1 is 1 ampere. It has been given. So let me write the same thing. I1 into 18 minus. So what is VR3? So voltage across R3. I don't know the current passing through this. So let it be. So please keep this as it is. So what is voltage across R5? Voltage across R5 is I2 into 12 ohm, 12 ohm equal to 0. So as we know, I1 and I2 are equal and they are equal to 1 ampere. So it will be 18 minus VR3 minus 12 equal to 0, which implies VR3 is equal to 6 volt. So straight away I got this as 6 volt. So please try to remember the direction. Okay, the convention. So this is plus minus 6 volt. Okay, this is plus minus 6 volt. Now how can we go ahead? This is 6 volt, so we can say that the current also, so in which the current direction is correct, because we are getting positive 6 volt here. So whatever we are seeing, that means plus and minus are same. If this direction is not same, we will get minus 6 volt. As we are getting 6 volt here, the plus minus are same. As it is plus minus is same, the current direction is same. Okay, please try to understand, this point is very important. So the current direction is same what we have taken, and the voltage also same. So this is the current direction. Now let me know what is the current here. So what is the current here? So let me write this current as I. This current as I. So let me know what is I. I is equal to, according to Ohm's law only, V by R. So what is V? V is 6 and what is R? It is 14. So 6 by 14. So 6 by 14 is the current here passing in this direction. Now it's very simple. Now what I need to do? I need to go ahead with Kirchhoff's current law at this node. Kirchhoff's current law at this node. So what can I go ahead? Of course, the current is coming in this way. This current is coming in this way, and two currents are going in this way. So it's very simple for me. Kirchhoff's current law. Let me write Kirchhoff's current law here. One current is coming. Let me write that current as current passing through R1 is coming towards the node. Okay, it's coming towards the node. So let me take it as positive, and currents leaving from the node has to be taken as negative. So it should be minus small I and minus I1. Minus I1 is 1, minus small I is 6 by 14 is equal to 0. Now it's very simple for me. What is IR1 is equal to, should be going to the other side, 14 is equal to, it should be 20 divided by 14. This is the current. As we know, the current is flowing in this way, so the direction should be like this, and the current is 20 by 14. It has been declared. Now I can simply apply Kirchhoff's voltage law in this loop and obtain the V1. I want V1, right? So it is positive, negative, and this is my loop, positive, negative, and this is my loop, positive, negative, and ending the loop. That's all. So let me write Kirchhoff's voltage law here. V1, I am starting from V1. So whenever I touch positive, I need to take it as a negative, minus V into V is equal to IR. So I means 20 by 14, R is 7. Again, I am touching positive, so obviously it is negative. So minus, of course, yeah, I know that the current passing through this is 1 ampere. So simply 1 into 18 is equal to 0. Now V1 is equal to, this is 1 and this is 2. This is 1 and this is 10. So what will happen? Minus 18 minus 10. So it should be minus 28. So V1 is equal to 28 volt. So this is the answer. So simply by using Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law, we have completed this part. So what we have used here, we have used Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law, not more than that. So this is the simpler method. So we can go ahead with mesh and nodal also. So let me solve this problem with mesh and nodal also, and we will conclude it. Okay. Yeah, let me proceed with mesh analysis. Even mesh analysis is also easy. We can try it, IB and IC, so without having any confusion. Of course, the IC can be in between. I mean, the IC can be resolved with I1 and I2. So that part we will see later. Okay. First, we will simply write the equations. So in loop 1, so the equations are like this. This is plus and minus. This is plus and minus. So V1 minus R1 into, I am in loop 1, so IA is more, I feel that IA is more compared to all others. IA minus IB is the current flowing through this R1. Okay, so please see this. So this is the current IA, so it is flowing in this way. This is IA. Similarly, this is IB, so it is flowing in this way. So this is IB. As I am in loop 1, so I feel that IA is more, so it should be IA. This is in opposite direction, so it should be minus IB. Okay, and finally this is the last resistor in this loop, so minus R4 into how can we proceed, R4 into, so this is the current IA, obviously minus IC equal to 0. That's all. Similarly for loop 2, so this loop simply we can follow from anywhere, but let me follow this 7 into, okay, R1 into, you can write direct values also, so let me see first. R1 into IB minus IA plus IB minus IA plus R2 into 28, sorry, R2 into simple IB plus R3 into IB minus IC equal to 0. So for the next part, this is simply you can start from anywhere. Let me start from R4 only. R4 into IC minus IA plus R3 into IC minus IB plus R5 into IC equal to 0. Very simple concept. So now we know so many things except V1. Our job is to find out V1 only. So we have R1, R2 and everything we know. So let us substitute one by one and we will finish it off to get the I1. So now we will see how best we can do it. So I want to convert this equation 1. So equation 1 is V1 only. V1 minus R1. What is R1 value is 7 into IA minus IB, and minus R4 is 18 ohm into, so current passing through R4 has been given, that is I1. Okay, that its value is 1. So simply I can take 1 equal to 0. So IA minus IC is equal to 1. IA minus IC is equal to 1. Similarly, current flowing through R5 is also given, that is only IC. So I can say that IC is equal to 1. By using these two, I can conclude IA equal to 2. IA equal to 2 ampere simply. This equation can be it will become like this: 7 into IA minus IB plus 18. So let me take this as is equal to, I have sent everything towards this. So IA is already given, it has been obtained as 2 ampere. So let me remove this part and simply write 2 ampere here, and IB is remaining. If IB comes, so it will be over. So what is R1? So R1 is 7 into IB I don't know. So IB minus 2 plus R2. R2 is 28 into IB plus R3. R3 is 14 into IB minus IC is 1 is equal to 0. So this is the second equation. So the third equation is R4. R4 is 18 into IC minus IA. Again IC minus IA. So current passing through this is IC minus IA is opposite to I1. So definitely it will be minus 1. Okay, plus What is R3? R3 is 14. So 14 into IC minus, yeah, IC is 1. IC is 1 minus IB plus R5. So what is R5? R5 is 12 into IC. IC is 1 is equal to 0. What will happen? So with this equation we can get IB. So this is minus 18. Minus 18 plus 12. It is minus 6. So 6 can be thrown outside. It is 1 minus IB is equal to 6 divided by 14, which implies IB is equal to 1 minus 6 by 14 is equal to 14 minus 6 is 8. 8 by 14. So 8 by 14 is IB. So IB is the current, that is 8 by 14 simply. So now I like to substitute this in this equation. Yeah. So this is the equation I like to substitute. So V1 is equal to 7 into 2 minus 8 by 14 plus 18, which is equal to 7 into 2, 14 is 28 minus 8 is 20 by 14 plus 18. So this is 2 times, this is 10 times, is equal to 28. You can see the same answer with the previous type of solution. So same answer has to come. That's the solution. So this is the way of solving by using mesh analysis. We have simply taken the 3 mesh equations and we are trying to apply whatever we know. So we know I1, we know I2. So we are simply applying those two. As we know I1 and I2, so definitely we can get with another current. So these are simply analogous to IA, IB, IC, and we have simply solved it. So this is by using mesh analysis, and even with nodal analysis also we can go ahead. That part also we will see now. Yeah. So let me quickly solve this. This is by using nodal analysis, same problem. So let me go ahead with this. Nodal analysis, we need to identify the nodes. This is node 1 and this is node 2 and this is node 3. Of course this is node 4. Of course this node is the ground node. Okay. So node 1, this is 1 and let me write it as 2 and this is 3. So currents are flowing in this way. So this is current flow. Okay. Wherever nodal current is there, we need to follow this method only. From node to ground, current is flowing simply. Okay. So obviously everywhere this is, I am feeling that this is V1 and this is V2 and this is node voltage is V3. So let me write nodal analysis at node 1. At node 1, so what is the equation? At node 1, it should be, yeah, simply V1 is equal to V1 simply, because it is from from V1 to ground, its value is V1 simply. So it is simple V1. Next, at node 2 we will write, remember one thing, nodal analysis means simply getting the node voltages. Okay. So at node 2, yeah, it is node 2, so it should be V2 minus V1 divided by 7 plus V2 minus V3 divided by 14 plus V2 minus 0. So this is 0 volt, 0 divided by 18 equal to 0. So that's all. So what we can do, we need to proceed with V2. Yeah. So this is the current actually. So V2 by 18 is I1. Okay, V2 by 18 is I1. So this part can be replaced as I1. So we can simply say that V2 by 18 is equal to I1 which is equal to 1, which implies V2 is equal to 18 volt. That's what we want actually. Okay, so please identify that path. So at node 3, we need to go ahead with node 3. At node 3, how to find V3? So simply V3 minus V1 by 28 plus V3 minus V2 by 14 plus V3 by 12 equal to 0. So obviously V3 by 12 is I2 and V3 by 12 equal to I2, which implies V3 is equal to 12 volt. Simple concept. So over. That's all. Okay, it's very simple. Now how to find V1? That's only the important question. Use this equation or this equation to find V1 because we already know V2 and V3. So simply we can go ahead. So let me go ahead with this equation. V2, so the value of V2 is 18. So 18 minus V1 by 7 plus V2 is 18 minus V3 is 12 divided by 14 plus V2 is 18 by 18 is equal to 0. This value is 1. Only V1 is there, nothing else is there, so you can easily do it. Yeah, so here I like to manipulate something. So it is into 2 and divided by 2, it will come 14. So here is 14, here denominator is 14. So let me make this one as 14 by 14. So all denominators will go and simply we can calculate the numerator. 2 into 18 is 36 minus 2v1 plus this is 6 only, simply 6 plus top 14 equal to 0. That's all. So 20. So 2v1 is equal to, it is 56, which implies v1 is equal to 28 volt. That's all. So this is by using a nodal analysis. Okay, so here we need to understand one point. So mesh analysis and nodal analysis, don't try to write all mesh equations and don't try to solve the mesh currents straight away. That is not the correct way. Similarly here also, don't try to write all nodal equations and try to find all voltages. Our main job is to find voltages, that's all. If you find, for example, in node 1 the V1, I need to find the node voltage V1. It is straight away equal to V1 already given. So no need to go ahead with that, simply write it, that's all. Similarly here also, this is, we haven't done anything with this equation. We have simply taken the I1 value, I1 equal to 1, and with that value we will come to, we are in a position to identify V2. That's all, that's sufficient. No need to go ahead worry about the complete equation. Okay, please keep that thing in your mind. Some people can able to solve all nodal analysis completely very nicely, and if anyone is asking the current passing through any branch, they are simply confusing. Okay, don't do that. So please try to apply your mind. Actually V2 minus V1 by 7 is the current passing through 7 ohm resistor. Okay, so please do that, and that's all. It's very simple concept. So by comparing all the methods, which method is easy now? Obviously KVL, KCL compared to particular to this problem. If this problem has been given, KVL, KCL method is very easy. Okay, thank you so much.